Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films, the Star Wars Timeline Gold, and the Star Wars Reports Rebels Roundtable, bringing you another look at Wave 6 of the X-Wing Miniatures game. This is a huge one. This is the so-called Most Wanted expansion pack. For those who aren't familiar, Wave 6 is the Scum and Villainy faction. Only the Scum and Villainy faction, and Most Wanted is our first pack since way back with the starter set to give us 3 different small miniatures together here. What we have are 3 repaints. We have a Z95 Headhunter here, repainted with repainted with a Black Sun, there you go, paint scheme here. Same thing with this other one. Then we have a Scum and Villainy styled Y-Wing. Now, remember that what makes the difference in which faction a ship belongs to is the ship card. Basically, what faction is the pilot part of, what symbol is there, like in this case, Scum and Villainy. So in theory, by picking up this set, you could have another Y-Wing here to use with your Rebels, it just happens to be painted differently, and another couple of Z95 Headhunters to use with your Rebels that happen to be painted differently. You could also, of course, expand your Scum and Villainy faction by bringing in any Rebel Y-Wings you've already got, or bringing in any Z95 Headhunters you already have for the Rebels, as long as you have enough of the Scum and Villainy maneuver templates here. That's going to make at least some of the difference. So, let's take a look at what we get here, because it's an unusual package. You're actually getting stuff to be able to use these 3 ships, and to introduce other ships you may already own into this faction, which is, again, kind of an oddity here. So, we have 2 Z95 Headhunters, so we have 2 different maneuver dials for Z95 Headhunters with the Scum and Villainy stylization to it. For pilots, we have Nedru Sulak, we have Kato Lichos, we have a pair of Black Sun soldiers, and then we have a pair of binary or binaire pirates. Of course, to be able to use all those, we have 3 different ship tokens that alternate which is on which side. We won't flip them over this time, or we'll be doing that quite a bit throughout this particular review. So, 2 Z95s, and everything you need to be able to use both of them. Chances are you probably won't be bringing in your other one unless you wind up getting another package or something, or you decide to just swap out the miniature to be able to tell the 2 apart more easily, perhaps. Now, as far as that Y-Wing goes, we actually have 2 maneuver templates, because they're suggesting you might want to bring in one of your Rebel Y-Wings to be a Scum and Villainy Y-Wing. We wind up with 6 different pilot ship cards, or ship cards as they're called. So we have our ship tokens here, 3 of those to make up for those 6. We have Cavill, we have Drea Renthal, we have a pair of hired guns, and then we have a pair of Syndicate thugs. Now, that covers that Y-Wing, and possibly another. We've covered all 3 miniatures, and yet there's a lot more still to go. Let's say you've got a Firespray 31, the Slave 1 ship. Well, right now you can only use it as an Imperial. With this set, you can basically co-opt that ship and make it a Scum and Villainy faction one instead. So we have a Scum and Villainy version of the maneuver dial. Pilot-wise, we have some that we've seen before, Boba Fett, but now as Scum and Villainy, Kath Scarlet, Emon Azamine, and then Mandalorian Mercenary. And of course, to be able to use those 4, we have a pair of the ship tokens. And again, don't forget, these are larger ships, so you're going to have larger tokens there for the Firespray. Maybe you have a Rebel HWK 290 that you want to use. Well, you can take that and also co-opt it as Scum and Villainy here. So we have a maneuver dial for it, a couple of ship tokens here, and pilots making the biggest difference. We have Dace Bonearm, we have Palab Godali, we have Torko Mux, and then we have Spice Runner. So we basically have the ability to not only use these 3, but bring in at least 3 more with the materials here. 1 more Y-Wing, a Firespray, and an HWK 290, sort of making this into a 6-ship set, or 3 full and maybe 3 half ships if you want to call it that. We also, of course, have a ton of upgrade cards. We have the Andrasta title, Auto Blaster Turret, another Auto Blaster Turret, K4 Security Droid, Greedo, yes, we said Greedo. Sorry, for the Clone Wars fans. Outlaw Tech, a couple of bomb loadouts, R4B11, Genius, R4 Agromech, and another, and then a pair of salvaged Astromechs. Then we have 5 more, 2 unhinged Astromechs, Hotshot Blaster, and a pair of BTL A4 Y-Wing title or modification cards, in this case title cards. Then we've got actually not that many tokens for all these ships. We have a total of 7 shield tokens. We have some target lock tokens, the KK and LL token. We have 4 stress tokens and 1 focus token. And of course we have our rules supplement, which oddly enough this time does not open. It's 1 sheet and it does not have a new mission in it this time despite its size. Lots of cool stuff here. 3 new ships and the ability to bring others into Scum and Villainy. This is definitely one you're going to want to pick up if you're going to try out the Scum and Villainy faction. Bear in mind though, it is $40. You can find it for 30 or a little more than 30 depending on where you tend to look for it online, but 40 bucks retail. It's one of the most expensive expansions that we've got for this that isn't an epic-sized ship. So be warned, but man, that is a lot of content for your 40 bucks. This is one I'd recommend.